And now,
you know, I give a man credit when it's due, and I'm here to give Darren Barker credit. He beat Daniel Geale. He got the split decision nod in a very close competitive fight, and credit to him because he did show resilience. This was an excellent fight, you know, back and forth affair. You know, first 3 rounds, I was watching the UK broadcast. I thought they were slightly biased, but to be honest, Darren Barker kind of beat Geale at his own game. Let's be honest here. He did throw more punches. However, the question is whether they're landing or not. Didn't really matter as he was pushing the pace, and he was still, you know, hitting him on the arms, on the chest, on the side of the head. So it looks good. And he was throwing in combination, something he didn't do against Sergio Martinez. A lot of what Darren Barker did in this fight, you know, even the UK commentators admit, they were all surprised. No one expected him to put the kind of pressure that he put on Daniel Geale. No one expected this. We expected Darren Barker to go in there and do what he usually does, which is just box his man, throw a jab, throw a right hand, you know, 1, 2, 3 type shots. And you know what? He did more than that. He pushed the pace. He threw body shots, winging body shots. He probably had the better jab in the fight. Daniel Geale got away from the jab later in the second half of the fight, where I thought she should have been jabbing more, because there were a lot of gaps in there where he's just playing defense and waiting on Darren Barker to miss, and that was the exact wrong thing to do, because we all expected Geale to out-hustle Darren Barker when it mattered most. And, you know, I thought it came down to the last 3 rounds, and Darren Barker won one of those rounds. When I thought Daniel Geale edged out the 12th and the 11th, but I think I gave Darren Barker the 10th round, and I don't know, I didn't see how the judges scored it. I personally didn't score it, but I saw that knockdown in the 7th round that Daniel Geale landed, and it was absolutely withering. Darren Barker was hurt badly, and he almost got stopped. But then Daniel Geale seemingly punched out. Darren Barker comes back strong and partially hurts Daniel Geale in that single round where he was down. So he came back strong, but not enough to make it a 10-9 round. Again, I'm not sure how the judges had it. I'm not sure how YouTube Nation had it. I'm sure the British fans were exceptionally excited and were expecting a Barker victory. Give him credit. Even the HBO commentators seem to favor Darren Barker. However, he did show some flaws. He doesn't have the best defense in the world, and against Golovkin, I think he'd have a hell of a lot of problems. However, I don't think he's getting anywhere near Golovkin. I think as Barker is a British champion, he's going to go back home. And this is the thing. For my own personal reasons, I did want Daniel Geale to win because I know he wants to fight the best. I'm not sure that Darren Barker wants to get in there with Golovkin. I'm not sure. You know, he didn't call out anybody in his post-fight interview. He was just humble, and he was very likable. Give him credit. You know, he got the victory. Give him credit. He fought a hell of a fight. He came back from getting hurt. And I give him credit. You know, I did lose in this fight. I lost in my prediction. However, it was a hell of a close fight. And even Spencer Oliver, UK commentator, said, you know, he wouldn't be disappointed if it went either way. He said it could have gone either way. So, you know, in a fight that could have gone either way, that's really like, how do you lose in a prediction like that when it's just down to 3 judges? And they give it to the other guy on a split decision, you know. So personally, I thought Geale should have won it more convincingly. He could have done more to win it more convincingly, and because he didn't, he lost. And that's what it is, guys. What's next for Darren Barker? I would like to see him fight. Maybe a rematch with Martinez. That fight seems to make sense. Uh, Gennady Golovkin's on the way up. I'm sure he'd love to make that fight. I'm sure HBO would offer a hell of a lot of money to get that fight on. And I wonder what he thinks about that fight. However, Daniel Geale, he was also very disappointed, and what's next for him? Maybe a rematch with Felix Sturm. He's got to go beat his ass again. Who knows? Daniel Geale, unfortunately, he just could not capitalize when he had him hurt. He had him hurt in the 12th too. I did feel like he needed a knockdown just to seal the deal, but he couldn't get it done. And that's what it is, guys. He just couldn't put his stamp on the fight, and he let Darren Barker outwork him when it mattered most. And that's what it is. Give credit to Darren Barker. Congratulations to him. He fought a hell of a fight, and it was unlike any other fight we've seen him previously. So hard to predict when a fighter is going to completely come out of that box and show that hunger and desire to dethrone a champion. And he did that tonight. Congratulations to him. It is what it is. Peace out. Take care.